Hey everybody, Anthony here, SpecialtyMotorcars.net. Got a really unique piece to bring you this week. Something a little newer and more modern than what you've grown accustomed to from my channel here. But a cool car nonetheless, and definitely a specialty type vehicle. This is a 2009 Chrysler Sebring Limited. It's a hardtop retractable convertible. Now, Chrysler Sebrings, everybody knows them. They were out since I think mid-90s, all the way up till 2010, and then I think the Chrysler 200 badge kind of took over the Chrysler Sebring name. But for the Sebring convertible like this, I believe it was 08, 9, and 10, these cars were offered, and the retractable hardtop convertible option was a pricey upgrade to these cars, but really makes them a nice all-around enjoyable convertible, you know, for the modern type of driver. This isn't a classic, this isn't a special interest type vehicle. It's really just a nice convertible, you know, that you and your wife could take out, your wife could drive, you could take to the golf course, drive it, enjoy it, put the top down. It's a great looking car with the color combination, and really just enjoy this car. And you can even drive it all year round. It's front wheel drive, and then with the hardtop on the car, you never have to worry about the cloth top getting damaged or punctured in the winter time. So I'm going to show you a couple cool things with this car. This is a, like I said, 2009 Limited, so it's pretty well optioned, really heavily optioned with all the cool amenities that you'd want, you know, in a modern type of car. Navigation, Bluetooth. It's got heated seats, the chrome wheels you can see here. That beautiful scarlet red paint. I'm going to show you in just a minute how the top operates. Top is powered by one switch, no latches, no you know, other operations. It's one push and the top goes down. So I'm going to show you inside the door here. We'll open her up, and you can see this switch just on the side of the steering column here. This switch is a one push operation. I push it once, and this thing is going to open up and transform from a hardtop coupe into a convertible. You can see here, all fully automatic. There she goes. Now all this loads right into the trunk. Away, never have to touch it. Comes down, and just like that, you get yourself a drop top convertible that was a hard top about a minute ago. So we'll take a quick walk around here to show you the lines this car has with the top down. Really a stylish car and an affordable car to drive and enjoy as a second car for, you know, seasonal driving, or like I said, to drive as a daily driver. You can see with the top down, it's got the hard tonneau cover on the back there. Comfortable seating for four. I believe it does hold five, three in the back, but obviously, like most modern convertibles, it's more comfortable seating for four. You can see the AC is working overtime. Chrysler Sebring. All right, I'm going to show you some of the minor imperfections on this car. You go down the side of it, it shows really nicely. The color of this car is absolutely beautiful, but it does have a couple little odd chips like that there, a couple little ones on the edge of the door. Nothing too major. Looks like it had one touched up here on the door. The most severe damage on this car is this dent that's kind of in the bottom of the fender here. It looks like something might have hit it and just dented it on the side there. It's got a nice set of chrome cladded wheels. These are 18-inch chrome wheels. Little chip right there. Then just little scratches. Little guy right there. The front bumper has a few bug marks, you know, scattered throughout. See on this side too, the bug marks. A little scrape down on the bottom there. Has the fog lights. This is kind of cool. This goes back to Chrysler's heritage. The ribbed hood here. They did that on a few models. I believe even like the Chrysler Crossfire had that. Well, I thought that was a chip, but that's just wax buildup. Must have missed a spot. See, the windshield's in nice shape. The original Mopar windshield. Looks like a little scuff right there on the door. And then just a couple little chips there. A couple series of slight scratches, one right there. A few little chips on the door edge. And then you can see right here, there's a scratch. A scuff right there as well. All little stuff from normal use. A little chip on the wheel edge there. Tiny little guy right there. Up on the tonneau cover, you can see somewhere right there, there's a little bit of a ding. But look at this thing glisten in the sun. Beautiful red car. If you don't like red, this is definitely not the car for you. And a couple little marks right there on the bumper. Nothing too crazy. The only one thing I don't really care about, for, with these cars, is their choice of antenna. It's like this rubbery thing. I'll let you use your imagination, but it just there. One of those nice little shark fin antennas, body colored, would have been a lot more attractive than this floppy thing. Anyways, in case there's kids watching. So that's it. That's the outside of this Chrysler Sebring Limited hardtop convertible. Like I said, 2009 model. This car is 63,000 miles. Going to show you a nice walk around of the interior on both sides. We'll do under the hood and inside the trunk. We'll put the top back up and we'll take a first spin. All right, let's take a look inside this Chrysler Sebring. As everybody knows, this is my normal time where I plug my channel. Bottom right hand corner. I can't say what I normally say, that if you like what you see and you like these types of cars, yada yada yada, but everybody knows me for what I do sell. Normally the big American domestic cars, luxury cars from the 80s and 90s. But if you like Chrysler Sebrings, bottom right hand corner, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it anyways. But without further ado, we'll get into the interior of this beautiful Sebring. A two-door Sebring with a beautiful, light oatmeal colored interior, which shows really nicely, shows very well. Leather interior, dual power seats, heated seats, really nice wood trimmings, and like a brushed silver trim throughout. You have your door locks, your left and right. I'm thinking of a funny thing. I sold one of these cars years ago to an elderly woman. And see how this switch says LOR, left, off, and right? The lady asked me, oh, what's this button, the LOR button for? And I said, oh, that's for your mirrors. It kind of tripped me up a little bit there. Really nice shape. You can see a couple little chips here on the painted surfaces of that brushed aluminum. You can see up in the top corner here, Boston acoustic sound. Really nice clean sill plate, all the jams in really nice clean shape. All on this side as well. Got the Chrysler insignia on the sill. Power driver seat, forward to back, and then up and down, and then it's got a manual recline for the back here. Side airbags, then one pull here lifts that forward, or tumbles it forward I should say, to expose the back seat for easy entry and exit. And you can see here how nice the back seat is. So actually it is for 4 passengers. I said 3 in the back, but there's not a third seat belt. You get 2 shoulder belts, but you do have anchors, you can see there, for child seats. But nice and clean. The carpeting is in nice shape. We'll scoot that seat forward. You can see it's got dual cup holders in the back here. See a nice clean carpet. We'll put that seat back. We'll move this guy backwards. And there we go. Get a wide angle of the interior here. Really a nice, comfortable driving car. Nice big dashboard, wood wrapped wheel. Let's go over on the passenger side, show you what it looks like over there. Starting to make a puddle over here from the AC. I do have the car running. This side just as nice as the driver's side. The beautiful wood trimming, power windows, locks, sill plate. Really a fine kept car. 63,000 miles. I'll have to say that the car was bought and used for just pleasure driving, seasonal driving. Obviously an 09 at this age, if it was driven daily, it would have a lot more miles on it. See here how nice and clean it is. Again, the carpeting. These are with the seats all the way back. If you move the seats up a little bit, you get a little bit more leg room in the back seat, but like all convertibles, there's not a ton of leg room. I'm not going to portray it to have a ton of leg room. You see the carpeting nice and clean. I got the sun just breaking out of the clouds behind me, which is kind of blinding everybody. But I'm going to hop in the driver's side in the cockpit area there. I'm going to put the top back up. I'm going to show you some of the functions of the information center and some of the cool features that this limited Chrysler Sebring has. And then, like always, we'll take a look inside the trunk and under the hood, and we'll take it for a spin. All right, we're inside the Chrysler Sebring convertible. I just wanted to show you these keys that I have here. I have two of these transponder keys. And you can see here you have a lock, unlock. You also have a remote start option with the trunk option to open the trunk, panic button. And the cool thing with these convertibles is there's a button on the key fob to put the convertible top down when you're not in. If you're outside the car, you can put the top down by the key, which is really neat. So we're gonna key in the ignition here. You'll see 63,591 miles. Starts right up. You can see here 63,591 miles. Your temperature gauge over here for outside temperature, compass. You can do fuel economy, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of neat. We'll take a look under the hood. Take a look in the trunk. Trunk up in here. Plug that. Look at the paint on this car. It's absolutely shiny, beautiful. We're ready for a trip to the beach. You can see here 3.5 liter V6. Nice and clean under the hood here. Very presentable, very clean. Runs butterly smooth. Is that even a word? I don't know. One thing I missed, I think, earlier, this little scuff mark right on the hood there. I don't think I showed you the wheels either. Up close, you can see these are chrome-cladded wheel. Now, some people don't understand the concept of chrome-cladded wheels. It's a plastic cap, essentially, over an alloy wheel. So you can see a little bit on the outside edge here, on the rim, where there's a little bit of corrosion. There's an alloy wheel under this plastic wheel, and you can see right in here, that's where it's the seam is split together. As you can see inside the cap, where the alloy is under it. But so essentially these wheels will never corrode in the face. There's a little bit on the outside edge, that's on all four wheels. Really nice set of Firestone tires, full wheel brakes all around, just installed. You can see here, similar on the back here. A little bit of corrosion on the edge, but the face of them are nice and clean. Let's take a look inside the trunk. Show you how the trunk opens up in this baby. Now the trunk of these cars, it's actually a pretty big trunk, but when the top is down, it does shrink some of the trunk space, because you can see here, there is the convertible top right there. But you do have access to some of the remaining trunk space, which isn't bad. But we'll close the trunk lid down. I'm gonna put the top back up on the car and show you what kind of trunk space we have with the top in the upright position. Again, one push of the button. Here comes the top. He's probably in the background checking up on me. And if you hold it up, it'll also put all 4 windows up simultaneously. So, I'm going to pop that trunk again, and I'm going to show you what it looks like inside here. Now with the roof up, I should say, you have all this unused space. Essentially, the roof goes into this space. So Chrysler gives you the option to fold this tray, and that's the type of trunk space that you have. So if you go in somewhere on a trip and you drive with the top up, you have tons of trunk space. Once you get there, unload your luggage, you put this divider down. It comes down in 2 pieces, slides up, clamps right in there, and you have full range of your convertible top. So, get inside the driver's seat here, take it for a spin, show you some of the features inside this car. And you can see here, I pointed out earlier, the windows and mirror controls. On the back sides of the steering wheel, on both sides, you have controls for your radio. You can change to the stations. Fog lights, headlights, wipers are on these 2 stalks right here. In the dead center of the dash, you'll see the Sirius Ready radio. For the last time, yeah. Boston acoustic speakers. Sounds very nice. You have all your navigation. And then also if you go to, let's see, radio, we're gonna go satellite, AM, FM, really nice. You have a few chips on here, probably from fingernails chipping away at it. Heated seats, these 2 here control the readout on the cluster there, hazard, traction control, and then another heated seat. AC, whoop, turn that back on. Ice cold air. Center console opens up for an ashtray, I guess you could say. It does have a power point here, not a cigarette lighter. A couple little chips on there as well. Your center shifter here, a little bit of a scratch right there. This is kind of neat. I haven't seen one of these in a while. This is a heated and cooled cup holder. So if you put it on cool, you see that light lights up blue. And this actually does work. This cools this cup holder. So if you have a nice cold drink in there, ice in it, it's going to maintain a nice cold temperature. And then same with a hot feature. You can put it on a hot feature, turns red, and it does the same, obviously, opposite. I do have all the floor mats for this car. You can see the original Chrysler mats. We'll open up the glove box here. I do have the owner's manual and pamphlets there. And then, like I said, I do have 2 keys. One's back at the shop. So we're gonna get this car, put it in drive, and take it for a ride. But one thing I wanted to show you on the interior here, you can see just a little crack on the steering wheel, on the glazed plastic or whatever that is, the wood. Put it in drive. I'm gonna take it for a spin. Traffic here, I am going to put on my seatbelt. All right, seatbelt is fastened. Let's take her out on the road. Automatic doors lock. I know I can see it in my camera here, the cluster going crazy. Like I've said a million times before in some of my other videos, sorry for the sun glare, that is not the actual cluster going crazy, that is the pixels from the LEDs going crazy. I don't know, there's some technical term and I always remember it, but then I always forget it. Anyways, we're cruising down the road here. It's nice and quiet inside the cabin. A little bit of road noise, but definitely not what you typically expect for a convertible. Usually convertibles, you hear a lot of wind noise, but this one is pretty well insulated. You can see here, it's got a nice headliner to the convertible top, so that insulates it quite nicely. My name is Anthony. Number is 978-930-1004 is my cell phone. You can give me a call if you have any questions about this car. The car is getting offered at $89.95. And with that, I can definitely also offer you some help in getting the car transported if you're not from around this area. I do coordinate all my incoming and outgoing shipping of all my cars. I'm signed up on Central Dispatch, so I can handle that all in-house for you. 978-930-1004. Don't let distance stop you from getting a dream car in your driveway. I can get it dropped off right to your front door. Check me out on my website, specialtymotorcars.net. Also on Instagram, Specialty Motorcars NH. And my Facebook page, Specialty Motorcars, where I do a lot of sneak peeks and future or coming offerings that you get a little sneak peek before it comes here on YouTube for sale, both on my Instagram and a lot on my Facebook page. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.